An attempt by Fox News to manufacture consent for Trump's idea to take over Greenland has hit a bit of a snag. Now, the network recently sent a correspondent over to try to paint the people living there as desiring some good old-fashioned American freedom, but found that most people were actually good where they're at, living under Danish rule. In fact, here's reporter Alex Hogan explaining from the capital of Nuuk.
And the hot topic here has been President-elect Trump's comments about buying this Danish territory. Take a listen.
A lot about Trump and also their opinion about Trump.
I hate it. And basically, I don't know what he's aiming at.
Me personally, I want to stick with Danish government.
Well, most of the people that we talked with said that they did not support Trump's comments and found them offensive.
Offensive. All right, not exactly a ringing endorsement of the idea. That said, I'm sure there's some Danish supporters or Danish Trump supporters out there that are like, oh yeah, no, yeah, freedom, freedom. For example, Jørgen Bosen, who was kitted out with Trump merchandise for some reason. Okay. He supports the idea. Still, even though there's a few here and there, well, the idea doesn't exactly seem popular with most of the people living there. Okay, but Jeff, you understand, Don Jr., he went to Greenland last week, and he found that the majority, they wanted to become American. No, funny thing about that, right? So a lot like Trump's escalator thing, okay, if you remember that, way back in, 2015, when he came down that escalator, well, it turns out that just like that, Don Jr.'s trip was a bit staged. Don Jr. had posed for photos with people wearing MAGA hats. Well, it turns out that Trump's team had actually handed out those hats, and some of the people who were in those photos, according to Denmark's national radio station DR, were actually homeless people that, you know, that were enticed to go and pose for those photos. I think there were some reports where Don Jr. had bought them lunch. Yeah. So, I mean, that free lunch and then a free hat. All right, sure, whatever. I'll be in your photo op. But that's all it was. In fact, Pipaluk Lynch, I don't know if I said their name right. They're an MP from Greenland's largest party. Chair of the Parliamentary Foreign and Security Policy Committee talked to Politico about this and said, quote, no journalists were allowed to interview him. Speaking of Don Jr. It was all staged to make it seem like we, the Greenlandic people, were MAGA and love to be part of the USA. Turns out, nope, not so much. Yeah.
We have to keep our country gay.
We have to keep our country great, but gay. Yes, I agree with that message. But all right. But you know, Greenland. I mean, there's obviously a lot of parliamentary folks in Greenland that are like, yeah, let's keep Greenland for Greenlanders instead of making it part of the United States. A little bit of nationalism there, which, again, it's strange to see that nationalism. And then, of course, Trump, who ran on a bunch of nationalist themes. So I just think it's funny. Now he's trying to expand the American empire into Mexico, into Canada, into Greenland, Panama. Real strange stuff. All right. Real strange stuff. Now, getting back to one of the people that was, other people that was pro-MAGA, that's Timmy Zeeb, who happens to be a convicted smuggler, sentenced to 4 years in prison after a 2019 drug bust. And no wonder he bonded very, very well with Donald Jr. Okay. Now, look, at the end of the day, this is a bit of a ridiculous idea and a distraction. Okay. Look, if Greenland wanted to become part of the United States, all right, then, yeah, okay, let's have some negotiation, right? But they clearly don't, despite what a single Patriot poll, that's right, that's been making its round on the right wing, despite what that claims, right? Because when you look at it, very, very small sample size, and their methodology and numbers are dubious at best. There is no national Greenlandic desire to become a territory or a state of the United States. I mean, if anybody wants to know how those areas are treated by the United States, just look at Puerto Rico. Specifically, look at what happened to Puerto Rico under former president, now president-elect Donald Trump. Okay. Yeah.
One of the wettest we've ever seen from the standpoint of water.
Yeah, that's what he was talking about, helping Puerto Rico after their massive hurricane. Not being able to get supplies to them. You know that a lot of Puerto Rico's infrastructure, their power infrastructure, still not entirely 100% as of right now. So, and there's a lot of MAGA supporters who are like, Puerto Rico, that's a different country. No, it's not. It's actually a territory of the United States. But anyway, yeah. But you understand, we would probably treat them differently than the Greenlanders for one obvious reason. They're white. So, yeah. But anyway, as far as Greenland goes, what would be the point of buying Greenland anyway? I mean, we already have a military base there. So their whole, it's for national security. It's the gateway to the United States. We got to protect them from China, Russia. But wait, this is the Atlantic. Okay. Wouldn't it be better to, focus on the Pacific then? I mean, you could. Sure. Okay. Whatever. Look, we have a military base in Greenland anyway, so what would be the point of invading? Because Donald Trump kept that on the table, taking over a country that is supposed to be our ally anyway. It doesn't make any sense. Oh, wait, I know why. This would be a distraction for the massive robbery that Trump and his friends are getting ready to pull on the American people. They are planning to rob us blind. Massive tax cuts for the rich and corporations, tariffs that are going to increase the prices of everyday products, looser regulation on business that will not only allow these corporations to continue to fleece us, but also to massively pollute land, water, air, and leaving the taxpayer to clean up after it. Yeah. To try to privatize programs like Medicare, Social Security, so they can give it to their rich friends. Yeah, weird. I don't see any reason why Trump wouldn't do any of these things, especially if he's able to line his pockets from it. I mean, he's not up for re-election again. He would be term limited out and doesn't give a damn about the Republican brand. In fact, the Republican brand kind of falls apart without him, which just goes to serve his ego even more, to feed it, I mean, he can say, I am the Republican Party now, and he would be right. He could survive without the Republicans, but could the Republicans survive without him? Only time will tell. Just like only time will tell if Trump actually does plan on going back on his word of being the anti-war candidate. Thank you for watching. If you enjoyed this video, please like, share, subscribe, hit the bell icon in order to get notified whenever a new video is released. And if you want to support independent, progressive media through this difficult time where it seems like everybody is shutting down, You can become a member on our YouTube page, you can become a subscriber on Facebook, or you can go to my Patreon. It's patreon.com/Jeff Waldorf. Thank you.